Plaintiff, Uniquely Green, says the defendant is her brother. And after he was recently released from jail, she allowed him to stay with her. Uniquely claims the defendant stole from her daughter's piggy bank. And when she confronted him, he lunged at her. So she pulled a knife on him. She's suing for damaged property and unpaid rent. Defendant Johnny Atkinson says while he stayed with his sister, he agreed to watch Uniquely's daughter in exchange for rent. Johnny claims after his sister kicked him out, he was forced to call the police because she threw all of his property out, and he's countersuing for an illegal eviction.
Prove your case.
I let my brother come stay with me in June, about June when he got out of jail, he came and was living with me.
All right, you're getting right to the facts of the case. I'm going to allow him to give some background so that I could kind of know whether you all have always, as brother and sister, been beefing with each other, and this is just another opportunity to go at it. Sir, why don't you give me some background on the relationship with your sister?
Okay, well, actually, we have had, brother and sister arguments
How
back and
often?
Forth. Every other month, probably.
How many years?
Well, I'm 32, so I'm 33, and she's 30, so I guess about 33 years.
You all have always had arguments or problems with each other every other month.
Well, it's brother and sister stuff, nothing real big like
fall
this.
out with my brothers every month.
Well, not fall.
And I could.
Well, not fall
Lord
out.
knows I have reason. One of my brothers got on me, Steve got on me the other day. My friends called me and said you were talking about me again on the bench. So that's the only way I know how to get you. I talk about you on national television. But sir, that's a lot of falling out. So you all gonna bring this mess to me now because you can't get along. Well, maybe this is the right place to be because she's ready to cut you, I believe.
Yeah, for nothing, actually. Well,
let's see. Go ahead. What happened?
I come home from work.
You came home from jail.
No, I didn't come home from jail.
He did, you said. All right. You all, I wasn't too out of order. You all getting into it all the time. Go ahead.
So he comes, he's staying with me. He's paying rent. And
what was the agreement on rent? How much?
The agreement was $350 a month, and that includes, utilities, food.
Beginning in June.
That's not true, Your Honor.
It included utilities and food, and for him to take my daughter to the bus stop in the morning and pick her up after school. So I come home, my mother is with me. I see things are missing from my house. So I asked her, what's going on? The cans are missing, my daughter's piggy bank is empty. What's going on? Where is this money at? She says, well, I think Johnny had something to do with it. So when she comes back.
Did she tell you why she thought he did?
She just said, Johnny did it, whatever. So she comes back with Johnny later on that day, and I confronted him about it, and he says that I'm obligated to give them money. And I'm like, I'm obligated to give you money because he takes my daughter to the bus stop. Well, that was the agreement, take my daughter to the bus stop and, whatever. So we start arguing. We in the house. He lunges at me.
Lunges at you?
He was going to hit me.
No, you're
So I pulled out my knife.
Told you she had that knife. Told you. I told you. Go ahead.
So my mother, she took the knife, and he did it again. So I took another knife out, and then he was telling me how he was going to take things out of my house, and I kicked the refrigerator door closed. We were scuffling. I'm like, get him out of here. So she finally left. I gave her $10, and I'm like, look, so they can go get a pack of cigarettes and some beers. So she took them. They left. And then the next day, they come back. And at this time, his stuff is outside. Okay,
before you get to that, because that's what he's countersuing you for, an illegal eviction. Okay. So let me allow him to respond to what happened.
Well, let me start by saying first, Your Honor, actually, she said the agreement was that if I move in because she's working and I'm going to school, I'm going to school but not working at the time. So how she figured I'm going to pay her, I don't know. But so the agreement was to move in and I will watch her daughter for her while she's at work, and she goes to school at night. So she needs somebody to watch her at nighttime. I would watch her at nighttime. That was the agreement.
How many hours a day would you watch her typically?
Well, typically about 6 hours. Because I would take her.
Is that true?
No.
How often?
Her bus comes at 7. I have to be at work at 6:30. So from 6:15 till 7.
All right. What about in the evening?
And then she gets out of school at 2:40 is when her bus
Because
drops
the
her
reason
off.
I'm delving into this is because he's telling me instead of paying rent, you watched her daughter 6 hours a day.
Exactly, and
No.
how she
Hold
says.
on.
Okay.
So,
And so
at
he-
night, tell me about that.
I'm at home. I
So
go to
you weren't in school at night.
No, I get out of work at 2:30. I get out of school at 4. That's it. My school starts at 3 to 4.
All right, so let's give him 2 hours a day. That's 10 hours a week. The average person would certainly want $10 an hour. That would be $100 a week, $400 a month, ma'am. That sounds like a good deal. You also were going to give me some background on this fight that you all had that led to your things being thrown out.
Exactly. Okay, well, first of all, what happened was the day that she's talking about, my mom didn't have no money. She had just got from taking her to work or whatever. We get back to the house. Yes, I did take the cans and cash the cans in for the recycling cans. I did.
And went in the baby's
no, that's
piggy bank?
That's a total lie. I don't even. And it was only for $8. We only got some gas.
All right, $8. Then tell me how the confrontation occurred.
We got into an argument that day. She was like, "Why did you take it off?" Because I live here. They're beer cans mostly, so I took them in. So then we got into a heated argument. My mom said, "Johnny, just leave. I'll bring you back in the morning, so you can go to school." So I goes over to my mom's house that night. I'm thinking, just like I said earlier, I'll come back tomorrow. Everything will be fine. I get back in the morning. My clothes is outside in the grass in garbage bags. So immediately I knock on it. I go to try to get in the door. She has the chain lock on the door. So at this time, I get upset, and that's when her complaint is I kicked the door. I did kick the door twice.
That's the damaged property you're suing for?
That's one of them.
Exactly. But then I kind of, caught my senses, so I called the police. I had the police report right here.
See it, please.
So I actually called the police and told them, look, she won't let me in. They was like, we're gonna be here in a minute. She have to let you in. So when the police get there, they say, you have to let him back in. So of course she let me back in, but then when she let me back in, while the...
Did you take your things back in?
Not at first, she didn't even want me to take my things back in.
I know, but did you?
Yes, I did.
How long after setting them out did you take them back in?
Later on that afternoon.
Okay, and then
While the
what?
police was
And
there.
then I left.
Your countersuit is for an illegal eviction. That's what I'm waiting to hear.
Because she put me out like that. She threw my stuff outside.
But she took it back in.
Exactly. She did take it back in.
Within 10, 12 hours.
Well, the reason
That's
I
like
say...
you kicked the door because you were mad, then you caught yourself.
Exactly.
She put your bags out, but then you were able to bring them back in within hours.
But then she was threatened. I had to leave because she was threatened to cut off all the electricity and move with her friend.
On herself?
Yes, but she was going to move her and her daughter with her friend's house.
Let me hear from you, ma'am.
I didn't want him there. Yes, I did tell him, I will leave. You can have it for your 30 days.
Okay.
And I would go, if it's the
that's what he
electricity
said.
bills, he's not paying no bills, so I was going to turn everything off. Okay, but I didn't. I still stayed there, left everything on.
I left.
So then the police left. Me and my mom get in an argument. He's still there. They call my uncle and my auntie. Everybody's over at my house yelling, acting a fool, still cussing me out. I won't let my mother in the house. And so she's trying to get in the house, and I wouldn't let her in the house. Me and her end up getting into an altercation. And then Johnny ended up running in the house.
You fighting your own mother?
Yeah, she hit me.
and I had to break it up.
She hit me, and he started hitting me. And
I
then
started
ended
hitting you. I broke the fight up.
All I know is
You swung on Mom.
Quiet, sir.
And so, and all of everything, I have braces, and my back
When did he
braces was
finally
messed up.
leave?
On the 29th of September.
And when was the incident?
The 28th of August.
Did you give him a 30-day
Yes,
notice?
I did. I
You
have
gave
the
the
notice.
notice on the 28th of August, and he left on the 29th
Yes,
of
sir.
September. Is that true? When did you
No,
leave?
first of all,
when did you move? No, I ain't no first of all.
I left that.
First of all, when did you move?
I left that day.
What?
I left that day.
Okay,
on
so
the 26th.
you moved all your things out that day.
No, I did not leave my
When
things
did you
out.
leave? When did you move your things out?
On the 30th day. That's when you
All
gave me
right,
the
good
eviction
enough.
notice.
Did you want to speak, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Don't be scared of it today. I got her under control. Go ahead, ma'am. Let me hear from you. State your name.
My name is Melissa Pearson, and I'm both of their parents that you know, and I love them both. And they go through these bickerings, off and on. And I didn't really think it was going to go to this extent. Yes, we were helping her take care of a child, but she was helping us too. She helped him, he helped her, and it was just all okay at one point. And it just all got all out of hand.
All right. That's all you want to tell me?
I
did not.
Nothing else? All right.
I did not
thought you were going to tell me
hit
about
this
that
girl.
boxing match, y'all. You
Well,
had with your
it
daughter.
wasn't. It really.
I stopped it. That's what happened.
Okay. Damaged property. You have the receipt showing how much
Yep,
it costs?
I have the receipts. Thank you. And there's the pictures.
Any defense to the damaged property, sir?
Well, originally I told her I would come back over and fix it. She told me she didn't want me on her property, so I
Pay.
couldn't
How
fix
about
it.
paying?
Paying, I never got a chance to pay.
Okay, you got one now. You want to hand it over today?
He could have came over
All
any
right.
time because he
And
had
ma'am-
keys to the house.
All right, and the amount you're suing for with the damaged property, $908. Ma'am, I'm going to grant you the $908. He agrees that he damaged your property and has failed to pay. With regard to the rent, ma'am, I believe that you were knocking off more, like he says, in exchange for him watching that child 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. However, I will grant you $350 on the rent, thereby granting you a judgment of $1,258. Sir, I'm dismissing your claim for an illegal eviction. As you said, you all were arguing, upset. She was so upset, she said, I'll move out of my own place. You all were doing this under the heat of an argument. Nothing happened other than she gave you a 30-day notice. That was the end result. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
I love my kids, so I hope and pray that they both allow me to keep being in their life.
I won't lose
You
no
know,
sleep.
I got my grandbaby with her.
She lied,
She
though.
had one on the way, and I just want
Yeah,
this to be
just
over
like
with.
you don't owe for the loan. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like I hit you too, right?
You did.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, it's good.
Bye.
I don't have nothing to say to him. I'm fine.
Good for me.
I won't lose no sleep.
Hi, Judge Mathis. My name is Edward. What is the difference between assault and battery?
Well, Edward, battery is where one person touches another without their permission or provocation and without justification. This may even include touching something attached to another person. Assault is a threat of an immediate or pending battery. But in order to have a valid assault claim, one must have reason to believe that the person making the threat will carry through with it and he or she suffered damages as a result.